What's up, guys? This is the man here. You guys, first of all, before we start the video, you guys are wondering why I've been gone for so long. I don't really have time to explain it, or this video will get a little bit longer. So just check the comment posted by me at the bottom of this video, okay? Cool. Alright, moving on. Today we are going to be reviewing every single Halloween ability ever. And this includes abilities like Hero of Justice and Firework, even though Hero of Justice is obtainable normally, and Firework isn't really Halloween ability. I'll get into why we're reviewing those as well. Let's start off with the oldest, and in my opinion best, or second best maybe, Malice. Another thing you might notice is that if you have Malice, you might notice that, I have no color change on, by the way, but, you might notice that the effects on my sword, and my color, of course, my sword color, is different from probably yours. And the reason for this is because I have old Malice, which means I got Malice when it first came out, in, 2022, I think. But if your blade is orange and has, like, not these kinds of effects, you got it during this year's event or last year's event. Alright, now the E ability. Oh, and another thing, I will be calling this Azure Malice because this is old Malice. If you want to see a review of normal Malice, check out Levi Airbender's video because he has new Malice, or normal Malice. Now the E ability is very basic. It's a Malice. And the reason I really like this ability is because it's both ranged and melee. If you guys didn't notice or haven't tested it, the Malice ability, with Azure Malice at least, does 35 damage if you hit your opponent directly with the sword. So let's assume my opponent is right here, and I'm right here. It also does double the knockback. If I hit him directly with the sword, instead of the beam, I will deal double knockback and 35 damage. Let's move on. Alright, the pumpkin. The Q ability is a mouse. Summons 5 Malice pumpkins that have a speed of 11, and they do 4.5 damage each, which totals to 22 point something damage. Now, every single ability from Azure Malice is better than normal Malice for some reason. I don't know, they like dedicated players. Even though Malice was cheapest when it first came out, that was because you couldn't really just grind candy with punches, you had to get it from drops. And that was very difficult. Okay, these pumpkins, if you have punch multipliers, they can really help with farming. If you have maximum punch multipliers, which means you have 2 times and 3 times punches, you gain 6 punches every time your pumpkin hits a player. That totals to up to 30 punches per use of this ability, if used correctly. Obviously, I only have 2 times punches, so that means 10 punches, but it's very good for grinding, what do I think of the looks? This ability looks very fire. Like, actually, Check-In and Ducky Boy, or whoever made this, they did a very good job of it. I really like the design. Oh, and of course, there is actually a Malice Limited that used to cost 205 Robux, but then they ran out of stock, so it cost 1,700. Anyway, yeah, I give this probably 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Because it's really good. Okay. Alright, let's move on to... Oh, and another final thing about Malice, it was available 3 times. 2 years ago, last year, and a couple days ago. It was available in every single Halloween event. Let's move on to the second most common, which is Reaper. Now, Reaper has been available last year and a couple days ago. This year, basically. Now, Reaper is very good for low range / very low medium range because you can do a huge amount of combos with it. And it increases your punch radius by like 50%, so you can probably hit someone from backward from here. And if you combine E and Q, you get a 40% speed boost for a very short time. Let's see if you can notice it. Did you notice it? Probably not, because it's very faint. But it does happen. Now, a passive effect that Reaper has is that if you hit someone, you gain 3% of your max health, which is just 3. And do you know how fast it takes you to get that much HP normally? Yeah, it takes 3 seconds, so lifesteal, not very good. You can do a huge amount of combos with this. If done correctly, you can defeat a lot of people. But there is one problem. If someone were to get up and punch you, like, oh, I don't know, you get punched, it will be very hard, almost impossible to get your combo back, because Reaper, you notice how the sight has a delay before the hitbox activates? Yeah, that's what prevents it from having the best thing. But yeah, I really like Reaper, although it can get really annoying. Alright, the Q ability basically shoves your opponent into the air. It does both abilities do a lot. Like that. Now the E ability, you do a sort of like spin. And yeah, it can hit people behind you as well. In fact, I actually forgot to mention this for Malice. The E ability can hit people right behind you. So yeah. Alright, Reaper is indeed affected by color change, but it is also affected by material change. So if you change the material, you'll get a different Reaper, or a different sight. I really like Reaper, but compared but it's a little bit worse than Malice, because Malice is kind of like both. But it's also kind of better than Malice, because you can't really reflect Malice. It really depends on how you use it. If you like range, go for Malice. Reaper ties with Malice at a 9 out of 10. If you like low range to no range, you should get Reaper. Alright, let's move on to Hero of Justice. Now Hero of Justice is interesting and perfectly, because the actual Halloween badge for Hero of Justice is of course unobtainable, and only like 6,000 people got it. Okay, but you can obtain it now, like right now, if you have every badge of the current Ability Warrior update. If you have every single obtainable badge, not like seasonal patches. That's it. Alright, so the R ability, oh wait, sorry, that was actually the ability. Let me do this. The R ability switches between Archer mode and Shiro mode. Now, the E and Q abilities, they change depending on what mode. So first I'm going to show Archer. The E ability basically takes like a bow and arrow, but the arrow is a sword. And it's pretty good. It does change colors with color themes. And the Q ability is very special because when you use it, you gain another Q ability. The Q ability teleports you to the hero dimension. Now you'll notice there are a bunch of swords. If you hold Q, you can pick them all up and then just shoot them at your opponent. It does a lot of damage. The longer you hold it, the more damage it does. And of course the E ability is the same. But yeah, I'm sure you understand that. Alright, let's move on. Shiro mode, the E ability for Shiro mode comes with 2 swords, and these swords are very powerful. but they're really good. They're like actually really good. And they look much thicker than Reaper if you ask me. Alright, and now Shiro Mode Q. You summon a robot. If this robot hits an enemy 5 times in a row, they will do an ultimate attack that I am unfortunately not able to show because I don't have any. Okay, moving on. Alright, so Hero of Justice, it's really good, but it's pretty hard to obtain because, of course, you need the ability warrior badge, which is kind of hard to get even now. So, I'm getting it about a 7 out of 10, because it's honestly not that good. You can just hit someone. And it's a little worse than Reaper, because Reaper and Malice are both base, but Hero of Justice is not. Another thing is that Malice only requires you to have one of these 2 badges. What is it called Malice? It should just... You require either the True Pumpkin badge, which is basically the badge that allows you to have a pure Malice. It's the badge needed for old Malice. If you got it back then, you'd have the True Pumpkin badge. Or the Trick or Treat badge, which can be obtained last year or a couple days ago update. Like, basically, you just buy it. Alright, let's move on to Fireworks. Now, you might be wondering, wait a minute, Cinnamon, or SDN, that's my name. Firework is not a Halloween ability, and I know, but it was only out once, so it still counts. And those of you who have Fireworks, you know it's pretty good. It's like really good. It can save you from death. So the E ability can send shooting fireworks in the direction you're facing. It does have a limit before it explodes, but you can detonate it early. That was not the one. I pressed it early. Alright, now the Q ability can save you from getting into the hole. So let's say someone punches me. Yeah, we can just use it to get on it. It's like Cosmos, but better. Because it has much more. And if you use it inside of an enclosed space, like the house, to say the least, it'll do a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty big. Now, Firework is very nice because, of course, similar to Malice, you can use the E ability for both range and low range. Like, and this is the maximum distance you can travel. Pretty far, if you ask me. Alright, but the Q ability can also be used to do some fun things. No, if you stand under, like, the big trees, something nice is about to happen. I really have no idea what to rate Firework. I don't want to rate it more than Malice or Reaper, because those are very good abilities, and I don't know if Firework is just worthy enough. But it's so good, because it can save you from death. So yeah, I'm gonna rank it the same as the other two. Actually, you know what? I feel like Hero of Justice deserves an upgrade. How about an 8.5? Because it's still pretty good. Alright, but I'm giving Firework, this is really hard to decide. I'll let you decide, but my personal opinion, because you guys might have a very different opinion, goes on Firework. I like it, okay? Can you know? I like it. It's pretty good. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because it really good sounds. Now, I saved the best for last. The Vampire Gate. this is the most recent ability. It has only been available once. It's in Halloween 2024. Alright, Vampire is based off of life. Literally. Oh. Yeah. So, this is what the cube is. It transforms you invincible and invisible. You're not able to punch though. And you can go really fast for 3 seconds or so. This is good for combo breakers. It's just an easy way to get away from someone. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Now obviously it has more range than that. But yeah, it's very good for getting away. Let's do it one more time. This is the maximum distance. Yes. And the effects are very dramatic. Levi and I both agree. Now the E ability is very special because instead of life steal, you life lose. It drains 15% of your HP, or just 15 HP. The E ability. And this is what it looks like. And then like here. Now, the E ability is special because it makes you take damage, but for every single sword, if you hit someone or something that takes damage, like an army minion or a player, you'll gain health. I can't really say specifically because I don't know how much health. Yeah, it's a pretty good ability if you're low on health. It heals you a lot. Oh, and another thing that I also can't say about is that if you hit someone normally, like I'm in front of them, they obviously get knocked down. But if you go behind them and then hit them, you will heal 10 HP. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so anyway, Vampire, if you use it very, very well, it is very easy. Because it has range, ability, and of course it has extra power. And I think that's pretty good. So, it's up to you guys if you like Firework, if you like Reaper, or Malice, or Vampire. I'm not gonna give Vampire. Okay, you guys let me know down in the comments below which ability you like the best, or the most, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll try to upload as much as I can, okay? I've been really busy. Alright, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you like and subscribe if you like the video. Yeah.